Imagine this. You're a star offensive lineman on your high school football team. You're one of only a few that are ranked in the state and in the nation. You have dreams of playing in the NFL, but first, you have to prove that you're worthy of a full ride scholarship. You put in the work in the weight room and on the football field and in the film room, and you even put in the work at school to make sure your grades are above par. Well, you receive a half ride. You're ecstatic. You go home and you tell your parents what you received from this major college, and they tell you, son, that's great, but we can't afford to pay the remainder of the tuition. So you look into student aid. You look into the federal Pell Grant program. Come to find out, your family makes too much money for you to qualify. I'm Greg Lipsman, and today I'm going to tell you why college athletes should get paid. We're going to look at scholarships, scandals in college football, and the pros and cons of paying a college athlete. Let me tell you what a student athlete gets from a scholarship and student aid. Most NCAA full-ride scholarships cover the cost of tuition, student fees, student housing, daily meals, and books. However, not all players receive a full-ride scholarship. They receive a partial scholarship, or also known as a half-ride. These half-rides only cover the cost of books and tuition. Now, all athletic scholarships have to be renewed by the coach every year. Yes, I said the coach every year. Not the athletic director, not the dean, not the university, but the coach. So the star running back that's at the high school level right now, that's ranked #1 in the state and #1 in the nation, he's gunning for your scholarship. The pressure put on these students to perform takes away from their main goal, and that's earning a college degree. There's roughly 38,000 scholarships available for athletes in Division I and Division II sports. Only football, men's basketball, women's basketball, and women's volleyball receive full-ride scholarships. So if you're dreaming of being a golf pro or a tennis pro or any other college sport that's out there, you're not going to receive a full ride. You're going to get a half ride or a partial. Now, student loans are available, but they have to be paid back when you graduate. A lot of athletes wind up filing for bankruptcy when they graduate because they can't afford to pay the loans back. According to Branch Taylor, the Atlantic Monthly, he writes, Joseph Agnew, a student at Rice University in Houston, had been cut from the football team and had his scholarship revoked by PACE before his senior year, meaning that he faced $30,000 in tuition and other bills if he wanted to complete his psychology degree. Now, federal Pell Grants are available, but they're for low-income families. The federal Pell Grant is used for undergraduate students who haven't earned a bachelor's degree or a professional degree. Pell Grants are usually around $5,500 a year, and they don't have to be paid back. Now that I've told you a little bit about scholarships and financial aid programs, let's look at college football scandals. In 2010, the USC Trojans were stripped from the BCS 2004 national title because Reggie Bush and his family received inappropriate assistance while he played for the team. Bush also had to give up his Heisman Trophy. An Ohio State Buckeyes coach, Jim Tressel, resigned after the NCAA accused him of ignoring rule violations by athletes. At least 28 players traded autographs, memorabilia, jerseys for tattoos or cash. A clear violation of NCAA rules. I've only told you about 2 scandals that rock college sports, but there are several more out there. Now let's look at why athletes should not get paid and why they should get paid. According to Mr. Greedy in an article, The Case Against Athletic Stipends, an athletic scholarship can amount to more than $15,000 per year. Don't student athletes also receive academic support in the form of tutoring, other personal development programs and services? And can't truly a needy student athlete receive up to $2,400 a year in federal Pell Grant money and over and above the full scholarship? And isn't it true that the NCAA provides financial assistance to Pell Grant recipients for travel home for family emergencies, medical, dental, or vision expenses, and course supplies, as well as $200 per year clothing allowance? Student athletes can still work summer jobs and earn extra pocket money for the academic year, can't they? But you still think they should get paid. That was by John Greedy. Now, Mr. Greedy, he makes some good points, But I've already told you that not all student athletes receive full scholarships. Any student can obtain the same academic support mentioned by Mr. Greedy. It doesn't have to be a student athlete. Now for Pell Grant money. He claims the NCAA provides financial assistance to Pell Grants. Well, that's great, because Pell Grants are not only used by athletes, but they're used by non-student athletes. A clothing allowance of $200 per year? That's a joke. You can't even buy a nice shirt and a tie and a pair of slacks and shoes for $200 a year. Now for summer jobs. Yeah, student athletes, they can work summer jobs between the off-season workouts and studying film. But why should student athletes have to work summer jobs to struggle when the universities make millions of dollars off their name and their skills? Each athlete should be able to receive a predetermined stipend. The stipend should be a predetermined amount across all athletes, not just football, not just basketball. It should be across all athletic fields, based off of what money the university generates. Now, college athletic scholarships do not equal the millions of dollars that these athletes generate. This year alone, the NCAA predicts it will make $777 million in revenue off of these athletes. They pay the coaches up to $4 million a year. If a school can pay a coach up to $4 million a year, why can't they pay the student athletes some of this money? They are the ones producing the money to support the rest of the university. Now that I've given you the pros and cons of paying student athletes, let's look at how we got here. Today I covered why college athletes should earn some of the money they generate for playing out their college careers. I hope you can see my point of view, whether you agree or disagree. Scholarships are not all they're cracked up to be. Scandals will continue, and the debate on paying college athletes will go on forever. Ask yourself, is it fair a college athlete produces millions of dollars for a university and gets no money in return? They could lose their scholarship by getting hurt and ending their college career, or college athletic career. What do they have at the end of the day? No degree and no money.